Well, we have seen that shocking rise in anti-Semitic violence in the US. The two incidents you mentioned, and just a short time before that, a matter of weeks, we had a governor's house burnt down. It's just such an escalation, and yet, Douglas, if it was a right-wing movement behind these acts, one after another, I would imagine the reaction would be a little bit more serious than what we're getting here, because these are targeted attacks. They are an acts of domestic terrorism. And I wonder whether the authorities are looking at them as seriously as they should.
Well, we've got equivalents we can pull out. I mean, how many years was it now? 6 years ago or so since Jussie Smollett. Remember him, a low-grade actor in America, claimed that in the middle of the night in Chicago, he had been assaulted by two MAGA Trump supporters and racially abused, and had a noose put around his neck and poison thrown at him, and all sorts of other things. And he just made an allegation, which of course turned out to be a total crock. He'd hired two big black Nigerian guys to be the local white supremacist MAGA people. But anyway, remember when Jussie Smollett pulled that fake hoax hate crime? Within hours, every leading Democrat, Kamala Harris, all these Hollywood people, all the talk show hosts, all said, we have to have a reckoning as a country that this could happen here, that low-grade actors could be assaulted by people they've hired from Nigeria to fake hate crime. Oh, we've got to have a national rethink of everything, guys. But when real things are happening in real time, and the object of the hate is Jews, no, because Jews aren't one of the cool minorities in the left-wing intersectional world. And you know what's not cool with them either? Is reality. They're fine talking up the fakes and the hoaxes and the ghouls and the banshees that they imagine are lingering everywhere. But when reality is right in front of them, they'll continue to do everything they can to avoid it.
And we've seen the media use some very imaginative words. Instead of saying Jews or pro-Israel, I think one of them was pro-Gaza hostage release activist. There was some bizarre wording that NBC used. Yes. Before you go, just on Harvard, the university's tolerance for anti-Semitism and anti-Israeli sentiment seems boundless. In recent days, we heard another speech at a Harvard graduation ceremony, this time by Zara Imam, again, all about Palestine.
There are no safe zones left in Gaza after 600 days and 77 years of genocide. I center Palestine today not just because of its scale of atrocity, but because of our complicity in it. Together, we must refuse to be ruled by the tyrants of our time, because our liberations are intertwined.
There you go, Douglas. 77 years of genocide. These are the best and brightest. These are Harvard graduates.
Yeah, she obviously doesn't have a dog in that fight, does she? She's covered in her kefir and so on. As I mentioned in the Spectator last week, one of the many interesting things is the toxic mix we see here of real bigotry and real hatred, real sectarianism, as displayed by that young woman there, and all the time with the fatal additional mixtures to the cocktail of fanatical ignorance and narcissism. And the narcissism is, who do you think you are? You're a student at Harvard. You're one of the luckiest kids in one of the luckiest generations of all time. And you seem to be under the impression that the war in the Middle East that Hamas started is somehow being directed from Harvard University. And I've got news for those students. Neither Hamas nor the Israeli government take any direction from Harvard University or any other privileged Ivy League campus. There's a world beyond the end of your own nose. And these students haven't been taught that. They haven't been taught anything. They certainly haven't been taught any humility. And so, no, they think that the world is going to be run on their terms. Well, the sooner they grow up and learn otherwise, the better. But in the meantime, yes, they'll just continue this toxic cocktail of advocacy, endless prejudice against people they feel able to be prejudiced against, and wild, wild narcissism.
Douglas Murray, beautifully said. Thank you so much for your time tonight.
Great pleasure as always.